All right, welcome back to this part 2 video of the Philosin Citreal Android stereo radio for your Cheverolet Colorado or GMC Canyon, just to kind of go over some of the settings and things like that. All right, first off, it's a little hot in here, so we're going to turn down the unit's climate controls here. And as you can see, it's automatically in Celsius, and it has things for left and right side, but the Colorado that I have does not have dual functions like that. Another thing is the on and off here. You can see things turn on and off here, but these are not touch buttons here. If I turn the heat seat warmer on, you can see nothing here comes on or off, but it's just an icon. Maybe it's a function for another vehicle, but other than that, simple, easy to read. One thing I noticed is that if you hit this button here, okay, you get the vents on your face. Down here on your feet, here it goes to your face and feet. But if you hit it twice, I mean, according to here, you're supposed to be getting the defroster on, right? But you don't get that on here. You have to manually hit the defroster on there to get the defroster to show up. But then if you hit this, it goes back to just your face and your legs, which is this button here. But it's a little bit different here. Here's your chest, I guess, chest and feet. If you look here, I mean, it could be face too, but you have 3 different arrows here. I guess this up arrow for, I don't know, if maybe these vents here on the corners of your vehicle, and then your defroster does not come on like it's supposed to according to this icon here, but it will if you do that. Rear defroster comes on, feet, face, okay. Inside the vehicle, outside the vehicle as far as the airflow. And that's all you get. You get your AC as well, but you don't get the eco or anything pretty much over in here. These buttons are easy to move. You know, these touch screens, if you want to move them how you want, just click and drag it in there. You have your radio, default Navi, and your other apps like that. Let's start with the radio. If we turn up the volume here, which I noticed, the volume on the steering controls do work. However, it does go louder than what the volume says there. It says 36. Now it says 0, right? But obviously you can still hear the audio, which is interesting because I can continue turning it down so that it goes lower and then back up again. Not really sure how. The N button mutes it automatically. These buttons are also your volume. But once you get to the max of 36, you can't go any higher. You're going to have to use the steering wheel. Not sure how to fix that. This is your back button, this is your home button, this is your power button. The power button just simply mutes you or not. Your clock, that is correct, at least, and the day is correct. Okay, let's go into radio. So here's the radio, but it's not playing music from there, right? You can choose your AM and FM. You have 2 different AM bands and 3 different FM bands to save a bunch of settings on there. But we're going to hit source on the steering wheel. And as you can see, that changes things over here. And I just want to get to the, oh, it actually brings up maps, which is interesting. I'm hearing different audio, but also the maps came up in that. So it's a little bit difficult how to get your audios to work seamlessly. You're just going to really have to figure it out a lot to get to the right spot you need. It says I'm on radio now. But look, nothing is changing. Well, I couldn't hear it. The volume at 36 was maxed out, but you need to turn it up even more with the steering wheel to kind of get something going here. Go to a radio station that I know. That's not the radio. It's not even picking that up.
My name's Friday. From the big city to the old West.
Okay, that says we're on Bluetooth.
In classic comedy too.
Let's go back home.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bob, way out west home.
Discover radio classics on Sirius XM.
Okay, that's Sirius XM somehow. Bluetooth showed up as Sirius XM. All right, just hitting the source button, you're just going to have to play around listening to what source you might be on, because this is not so easily synced up properly.
Sometimes music is the motivation.
Okay, so it is a little bit difficult to try and figure out how to get your radio and music going with the source button here. It's probably something to do with your steering wheel controls. Because right now I'm in let's see, radio settings. I'm in Sirius XM right now. Radio settings, we're all in the US, RDS on and auto sense. Let me put that on there. Says radio down there, right? But I know for sure this is my USB drive that I have plugged into the USB of the vehicle. And that's interesting that you hit the next button and it changes the frequency, even though you're not on that frequency of the radio. So we'll hit source again. Here it said Bluetooth. And I don't have something connected yet. Music player. If you had music on here. This is where I would expect the USB drive to have the files on it, but obviously not. There's nothing there. Video player. So it's just, I hit source and video player came up, and this is it. Turn the audio up and I hear static like the radio. We know we are not in the radio settings. Bluetooth. Nothing there. Music player. Whenever I'm hitting the source button, it is not bringing up the corresponding menu. And it didn't matter if I had the steering wheel control on Regal or Silverado, we were getting the same issues there. So something like that needs to be figured out. Steering wheel settings. So it says here, please hold the button on the steering wheel into the learning state. So if I hold the positive button here for the volume, you know, the volume is going to go up. But then what? Hit this button. Even if we go to the user manual, it tells you what you should do, but it doesn't really work that way. Tap the control icon to enter the steering wheel control interface. Control icon. Tap any icon on the interface. So, you know, we're in the same screen. Tap any icon on the interface and click on the start icon. Now, does anybody see a start icon here? I see a check mark and an X. This is the power. No, I don't see anything that says start. I assume it's this one then. So tap on the interface and click the start icon. We're going to tap on this interface, start, but it goes back a menu. This time it will display the parameter on the interface. Press on this icon to finish the settings. None of this is working. Once finished, the prompts showing finishing will appear on the interface. So, see how none of that works? Click on the start icon. Where's the start? What are these buttons up here? Start? Is there a start icon? Basically what I want is I want the steering wheel control to match up to the maximum that it can be on this. And I assume you can set the controls to these buttons here, but all of these show nothing. So I think, you know, the controls are what they are. And I don't know, the Philosin will have to figure out how to do that for you or explain it a little bit better. But okay, you have all of these settings in here. I'm pretty much going to keep things default because we'll go to Wi-Fi real quick. Data usage, you can see that I do have the SIM card in there. So the SIM card actually worked the way that I showed you in the introduction, how it goes into the adapter and then goes into the slot. So I'm glad that works. You can see it shows 4G. I also have my Wi-Fi connected to the home Wi-Fi. And by the way, so let's go back out. I held down on that and look, this came up. So that was cool. You can get your eye comfort if it's too bright in your eyes. Data, your internet, airplane mode, bright mode. What is bright? Like it's too bright? I don't know. Clean the memory, standby, and reboot. And what's the scissors mean? Oh, screenshot, I guess. Okay, that's neat. Actually, if you swipe down too, it comes up. Here's your brightness as well. And this settings button, okay, takes you back to the normal settings we were in. 3368 was the factory settings code on there. And you can go through all of this. And we're going to check the rear view camera. So I have myself in rear. That's neat. So I do have the lines that came, you know, just like in the Colorado OEM screen, you can turn left or right and it'll show you the direction on here. But look, I'm in reverse, but there's no camera video feed coming up, and I've plugged everything in. Radar display on and off. There's no radar, but oh, something. Okay, there's your radar then. Okay, I don't have that on this vehicle. The Colorado doesn't come with that. So we can ignore that. Mute audio when reversing, okay. What does this say? Sound reduction when reversing, okay. Navi app, maps, apps. Okay, but for some reason, the OEM reverse is not connected into here for some reason, and I know we had everything connected, so please help us figure that out, Philosin. Front video. No signal. Calculator, neat. Glad I have that in here. Auxiliary. Put something in there, I guess. No. Here you have steering wheel controls as well. Please hold the button on the steering wheel. Alright, that didn't really work. Equalizer, file manager. So here's all the stuff that they put on your vehicle's thing so far. But you can add more stuff on there if you'd like. Gallery. There's nothing in here. Scanning, okay. You can add things in there if you want to change your boot screen, for example. Google, you'll have to log in to use that. Here we go. I don't know what this is. All the ways to get around town in one place. Maybe it's some sort of GPS map. Now it's like frozen. Can't go right. Get moving. Okay. Turn on traffic. Okay, sure. So the GPS antenna that comes with the unit stereo here probably is what's feeding the GPS here onto this certain app. But if you're using Google Maps, for example, more than likely you're using the internet from your cell phone, Wi-Fi, or the 4G on there. Here's the maps. And if we hit this button, for better experience, turn on device location. Okay, we'll turn on then. Why didn't you turn on? So you probably have to go into your Google settings to turn on your location. The Navi app, that's my, okay. There it knows my location. Maps, same thing, okay. So it finally got the internet signal from the Wi-Fi or the Jeep or the data here to figure out where you're located. Then you got Netflix, Nova Launcher. Not really sure what that is. Start fresh. You got YouTube on here, so you can watch YouTube if you'd like. Any videos you want. Let's see. Let's just click on one. What is this? They're so delicious. I make. Let's see if it works while you're in drive. I have my foot on the brake, obviously. Okay. Maximize the screen. Turn up the volume. Now the problem is trying to figure out the source. Whoops, see, I didn't do anything. We had to figure out what the source the YouTube is playing on in order to get the audio then, right? So I'm going to hit the source button until I can hear something. But every time I do that, it backs out. It says radio. My audio's turned up. That is not the right one. Now we're back to my USB drive. I'm wondering if the USB drive just takes up an extra source. See, now if we go back to previous apps, we can find the YouTube. Where was it? Was it not on here? Didn't even have YouTube anymore. Apps, YouTube. That's radio. I'm hitting the source button each time. Where did it go? Play. Radio. Here I don't hear anything on this source input. I'm not sure what we're on. It says we're in radio when I hit the source button, but no. Push play again. Okay. I doubt putting it in park will change anything. Pay attention to what you see up here. Right now it looks like the radio icon. Every time I hit the source,
this is more than just a job. We don't get caught up in being famous.
I hit the source button again and it brought up the Bluetooth screen, which is what you see here. But obviously the music you're hearing now is Sirius XM. It is not the Bluetooth. Hit source again. We're on music player. And this automatically started playing. Is that what I'm supposed to hear? No, that's not it. It does say YouTube up here. Hit source again. It's back to radio. I don't know what this one is. That green icon. Bluetooth. Music player is also playing my XM radio. Even in video mode, video screen, you don't get the audio from the YouTube. So a lot of headaches there, guys. I'm not really sure how it works. Things aren't working self-explanatory how they should. Vehicle settings. Let's figure this out here. Let's see if we need to do something in here. Original car set. The control setting information 1. Find light set. What is all this? The control setting information 1. Remote lock feedback warning. Okay, this is like if you use your fob to turn it off, lock or unlock. You can hear lights and horns or make sure all doors are locked and stuff like that. Okay, great. How about information 2? Left or right hand traffic. We're left hand traffic. Okay. Base info. Handbrake. Okay, here at least it tells you your RPM. I'm stepping on it. Okay, it did tell me it did go up. That's good. Speed. We're not driving right now. Outside air temperature says 0, but that's Celsius. We have to change that. Mileage. That's in kilometers. It's not my actual mileage. Voltage of the battery. Okay. Tire information. What is this unit? Kilopascals or something? Because usually I'm using PSI. Air conditioning information. Automatic air volume. Okay. Nothing in there. OnStar set. Air control. Okay, nothing in there then. Settings. Can we go to factory and change your units in here somewhere about Fahrenheit or Celsius or kilometers and miles per hour? But okay, here we have another screen where you can click and drag things on here. It looks like if you want to add widgets to your screen, there's a meetings icon. Sorry, go back to apps. You keep swiping. These are all the widgets you can add to the home screen if you want to add in your Netflix or other things like VLC player, things like that. But right now, that's where I'm at. I think you're just going to have to play around with it to get used to it. But there's definitely some things on here that are frustrating and what you can't figure out. For example, why the steering wheel volume buttons don't exactly correspond to the volume bar here, like you see here. And why when you hit the source button, it doesn't line up to the source here. Like it says I'm on radio, now it says I'm on Bluetooth, but I'm clearly list. Now that sounds like music from the radio. So why I don't get the information here. But yeah, that's a big issue, I think. So if you like this, go ahead and buy it. Try it out yourself. See if you can get it to work. If not, maybe you're going to have to return it or contact Philosin to see what you need to do to get it to work how you would like, okay? But these are the issues I'm running into with just having it installed like it is. So if you have any questions, comments, or feedbacks, go ahead and leave them in the comments section. I'll see if I can try to help you, but I'm not too sure if I can help you there. We'll have to contact Philosin, it looks like, to get some answers, because even on their Amazon page they don't really have much there, and there's no like deep instruction booklet to kind of help guide you along of what to do, or initial setup or quick startup guide, which would be nice, I think. But yeah, that's where we're at, and there you have it, guys. I think it's nicely laid out. It looks pretty cool. It's nice solid flat screen here, and it's your basic Android 10 radio. You just kind of have to get it set up how you like and get it working to all of the settings you prefer, okay? You just kind of have to get it all set up to how you like and then configure things in the way that you want, which kind of takes some time, but if you just go through all of the settings and play around with what you like, I think you'll have it figured out. But for me, there's a few hiccups, I think, especially the source button, trying to get to different parts of the audio here. And you definitely don't see the Sirius satellite radio that you might have had, or the USB on there that you might have music playing from. But it is what it is, okay guys? So hopefully you like this video. Go ahead and click like and subscribe. If you don't like this video, just go ahead and click that thumbs down button twice, okay? We'll see you next time.